My name is Hashim Anderson. I'm a lieutenant with San Francisco Fire Department, also a NERT instructor. So I started as a NERT volunteer myself in 1996. So Mary Shea, who's right over there, was my NERT instructor several decades ago, long before I even thought about joining the fire department. And so when I joined the fire department in 2012, I also became a NERT instructor myself. And I really enjoy teaching it because I still live here in the city. And the nice thing about teaching NERT is that you see a lot of your neighbors who also live in your own community. So you know you're doing some good work to kind of help your fellow citizens be prepared in the event there's a large-scale emergency, but you're also kind of helping your own family because your own family is here in the city as well. So the first person that shows up will be the task force leader, whether they want to or not. Now, they can easily relinquish that task the moment that someone else shows up and that person wants to be in charge, then that person will assume the responsibility of being in charge of the entire incident. Now, under that task force leader, we have positions like planning, operations, and logistics, who all report to the task force leader. So the one thing that we try to teach our NERT volunteers is that it's so much easier to deal with just like 4 or 5 people than it is to deal with 30. So span of control. So this is based on the ICS system, where one person only has to talk to like 5 people, and then those 5 people only have to talk to just a couple of people. So it's span of control.
My name is Jeff Lush. I'm representing the Bernal Heights neighborhood. I'm here at the NERT drill today. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we're using radio and amateur radio to support the drill today. So today we're doing basically 2 things with the radio. One is using a classic walkie-talkie, that's an amateur radio walkie-talkie, and we use it to talk to people who are out in the field, rescuing people, figuring out where there are fires. And we just, classic walkie-talkie, push the button, talk to them on the radio, they talk back to us, they pass messages. And the old way that we used to do this is we'd have to have somebody on a bicycle or run and with a piece of paper and run half a mile or a mile and get lost. With the radio, it's really easy. It's classic walkie-talkie, push the button, talk. What we're also working on today is kind of the next generation of that. So we have a laptop set up, we have radio set up, we have all these other cables, and what that allows us to do is actually send email using amateur radio as well. So instead of having to write it down and have what we call a scribe and talk and figure it out, we can just type on the keyboard, it sends it over digital radio, and it goes to the firehouse or it goes to the city. It allows us a lot quicker and with a lot less errors to send these messages.